Recording. 3, 2, 1. Hi, this is Orban Thurston. I'm here in the Berliner Technische University with Tanja and Eva from Schönau in southwest Germany, near Freiburg. These lovely ladies are attending with me the Netzgipfel, the network summit of Berliners. Eva, perhaps you could tell me a little bit about Schönau's experience, how you came to be involved in Schönau's experience. It's a village of about 15,000 people.
Even smaller, 2,500 people who started the energy revolution in the late 80s of the last century, and it was due to the beginning of the nuclear catastrophe of Chernobyl, when people in our area realized that we had to fight the evil at its root, because electricity from the plug comes from, for example, a nuclear power station. And so they founded a citizens' initiative in Schönau who cared about irradiated food and charity activities. So they supported a cancer hospital in the area of Chernobyl. And afterwards, they started with energy saving competitions. And as a local monopolist always tried to hinder them with their activities, we decided to build up our own utility. And meanwhile, we started as a small model region, very, very small, in a very, very small town at the edge of the world. And meanwhile, we have round about 145,000 clients in all over Germany. And they are not only clients, they are supporters.
So from a base of a tiny village in southwestern Germany of 2,500 inhabitants, 20 years later, EWS is now supplying over 140,000 Kunden, clients all over Germany. That is astonishing. Tanja, how did you become involved? I mean, I was hearing earlier about, because Schönau is quite close to the border with France and Switzerland, occasionally there are times, how often are there times, when Schönau and EWS is actually exporting green energy from wind and sun out to France, out to Switzerland?
So, my involvement began with the anti-nuclear movement, and that's the ideology behind our idea.
Okay.
So that's the idea is to switch all nuclear power plants to make them supplementary to its
Atomkraft 9 Danke.
Yes,
okay.
That's it. And you can't reduce this question onto Germany. You have to have a worldwide look on this problem.
Absolutely.
And in particular, when you live so near to the border, so close to France and Switzerland, who are very involved in atomic energy, you have to for the point of view from the top.
Yes.
And on the ground.
Yes. So even for a community group, it's important to have a kind of strategic, top-down vision.
Yes, that's it.
Great.
So my idea is that citizens decide by themselves to not to buy nuclear energy anymore, and instead produce themselves clean energy.
Absolutely right. From wind, solar,
yes. And we try to convince our European neighbors by doing
brilliant.
The same, because how should I explain? When you look at the figures, Germany is still exporting energy to our neighbors.
Yes.
Without them noticing it.
Absolutely. I've heard wonderful stories about interconnection going into, German wind supporting French nuclear at times. I heard that from, I think, an American specialist sometimes. In England, a lot of the right political right and the opponents of green energy, renewable energy, say that the prices that consumers pay in Germany are 20–30% higher than we pay in England. Is that?
No, it's not. No, you have to put these figures into relation with the cost of living in whole. So in Germany, you pay 2.3% of your living cost for energy.
2.3%.
Yes,
that's a typical average across German households.
The increasement is the same like all the other living costs. So energy prices have increased in the same way as all the other living costs.
Okay, even with the costs of subsidizing green energy in Germany.
Even. And the subsidizers make only 0.3% of the electricity fees.
And what we have in the moment.
So the rest of the cost of the subsidy comes from who? Taxpayers?
Yes.
Steuerbezahler?
Yes, we pay taxes on energy that are used for renting.
For the whole bunch of so this which we call Mehrwertsteuer, which is taken on the whole energy price, on the kilowatt-hour price. But what we have blown up discussion in Germany about electricity prices, and if you regard it, the renewables, we have the fact that the renewables give pressure on the wholesale price, with the result that the wholesale price compensates the subsidy phenomenon.
Right.
And if you regard the change of the coming change of the years, many suppliers don't have the necessity to enhance their prices because it's compensated. So
I see.
The discussion is only a bladder, which smashes.
In fact, in Germany, it's industry that makes the most benefit out of it because they have the profit of the cheap energy prices on the market.
Right. And this is part of the debate in Germany at the moment, that the industries, the heavy industries, Mercedes-Benz, Bosch, whatever, are saying, they're complaining that suddenly they will be asked to spend a bit more to support the subsidies, the feed-in tariffs. Wie sagt man Feed-in-Tarif auf Deutsch?
Die EEG-Umlage ist für den EEG.
Ja, genau. Erneuerbare Energie gerecht von 2000, ja, genau.
Yeah, but it's an artificial debate, which is cooked up by the interested side, and the industrial representatives are, I don't know if it exists in English, but they're crying crocodile's tears.
Crocodile's tears. That is wonderful. Ladies, if you're in London now, the River Thames is running with crocodile tears. Thank you.
Absolutely welcome. If you want to know more about the history of our small David against Goliath battle, you can find it in the internet. I've heard about a film which is called The Schönau Film. And there's
One more time.
The film is The Feeling of Schönau.
The Feeling of Schönau.
We have shown it in cinemas, and people are delighted to hear about our story. And a few days ago, I've heard that this film is translated in English, and you find it in the internet on some Energia, very tough Spanish guys who have put it in the internet.
The Feeling of Schönau.
I will send you a link.
Fabulous. Tanja, that'd be crazy. Final questions, ladies, if I could, about the buyback of the Berliner Netz and the Hamburger Netz as well, I understand. On Federal Election Day, 22nd of September, Hamburg, the citizens of Hamburg, voted in favour of buying their network, their city network, back into, is it cooperative control or public control or public control through the Hamburg City Council? Through Hamburg City Council. In Berlin, the situation is a little different. There was a vote, the the date of the vote in Berlin was changed, I believe because the mayor of Berlin decided to change it. That's what I've heard.
He's very, very afraid of earning money in a regulated company. So I wonder why, but it seems to be millions of euros worth to get rid of the money which one can earn with the grid.
Right, right, okay.
And it's also because the grid will be a key issue for the energy transition. You have
Naturally.
to change the grid, you have to modernize the grid and extend the local grid
Absolutely.
to be able to feed in the most renewable energy.
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally see that.
It's really a political question, who owns the grid, and it will be a practical question, what to do with it.
Politics, sorry.
But isn't it a brilliant signal that 600,000 people have been mobilized to go up and to vote for the rebuy of the local grid? So I think
there's a lesson there for cities all over. I mean, after Hamburg and Berlin, are other cities, you know, Stuttgart, I mean, are other cities in Germany thinking about the same thing?
Stuttgart has already done it because, yeah, they have founded a new utility and they have founded a sales company, the daughter of this utility, and this sales company is for 60% of it is owned by the local utility, and the other 40% is from the EW Schoenau. So we are already working together in Stuttgart. So
40% of Stuttgart's potential or existing supplier is owned by AWS.
It started at January of 2030, and it begins as a theoretical construction, and now we have to convince the customers to change their electricity supplier and go to the new sales company to vote with their feet about their electricity consumption.
Absolutely. Will the prices that they're paying they will pay through the Stuttgart stroke AWS venture, will the prices, the consumer prices, be higher or lower than?
Lower than the local monopolist, which is in that case ENW,
right.
the ENBW, so that's a correct abbreviation. So, in Germany, companies have many tariffs with fancy names, but if you only plug in into the plug, then you have automatically a contract with the one who's a local supplier. And if you have this basic tariff, and you compare with the new Stuttgart Energy sales company, so this price is dramatically lower.
Fabulous, fabulous. Final question. We started off talking a little bit about international relations, and I know Schoenau is visited from time to time by lots of European teams, European citizens groups, and the rest of stuff. Give me an idea, ladies, Tanja, Eva, of your vision of kind of trans-border, cross-border cooperation, community to community. I'm coming from a situation where I believe there is so much that certainly British, Scottish, Welsh communities can learn from the German experience. But the question is how we deliver it. What do you think is the process for strengthening what you wonderful people have done, strengthening those possibilities across Europe?
So first of all, I think we can also learn from other countries as well.
Tell me.
Here in Denmark, they have a very ambitious aim, and they are very progressing. So we can also learn from other countries. It's
Odense, Copenhagen, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. For example, and EWS is actually participating in a European project.
Really? Tell me about that.
Because we think it's not the battle Germany against others. It's a battle about citizens against private utilities.
Absolutely.
So there are, within all Europe, there are citizens groups, there are cooperatives.
Right.
Try to expand, try to produce, try to buy their own grid.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to have a change and to come together.
Absolutely.
To have a change of ideas, to to help each other. There are even a lot of cooperatives. They are supporting each other by financial issues, by
Exactly.
legal issues.
Yes, the legal issue is interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
isn't it?
there's not a common legal
No.
framework for cooperatives. So have a look at France. It's very difficult to build up a cooperative in France.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes,
Right.
for example.
Okay.
And have a look at Denmark. That's very easy to build up a cooperative.
So in other words, the laws of organisation, of association, of formation of legal entities need to be changed, but they have to be changed from the ground up, from the people going out on the streets and agitating. And
I think what other European people can learn, for example, from Schoenau is simply to start, not to ask so much question, not to think all about 3 times, just start.
analysis paralysis, we say in England. You can be paralysed if you analyse and worry too much. You'll be telling me in a moment that there's no word in German for angst. But
Forget about the German angst and take the word, the German Energiewende. That's even...
Energiewende. Don't worry, it's already kind of, you know, you're seeing the word Energiewende in British newspapers. So,
and you see it in the American news, and you see Energiewende already in French newspapers. So we are very proud of it. And the thing why it works is because in Germany everybody has skin in the game and everybody is involved, and that's the reason why we put it all together, push it forward all together.
I've asked about 14 final questions, but here's my 16th final question.
You're welcome.
I heard somewhere on the net, and you tell me if I was dreaming at the time, I think there was an energy officer, an energy official from one of the German cities, I might have been Stuttgart, contemplating the death, the disappearance of the big centralized producers, Aeon. I mean, is that a current preoccupation in Germany, that maybe Aeon or RWE will disappear? RWE, I mean, are they...
It's a wonderful dream, but I don't think that it will be happen tomorrow.
Okay.
But we're working on it. We're working on it.
Ladies, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.